Social aspects of how to live a blissful life. While one's conduct needs to be full of divine virtues, the social, economic, and political ecosystem must also be such where every human being could live a blissful life. In the past, human rights have been trampled on due to the burning desire of some greedy persons to accumulate wealth and to gain state power through it. As a result of the efforts made by sincere intellectuals of various countries at the international level, the UN General Assembly adopted and proclaimed the Universal Declaration of Human Rights by its resolution 217A on 10th of December 1948. Following this historic step, the session called on all member states to publicize the declaration and to distribute, display, read, and disseminate it in schools and other educational institutions without any political or territorial discrimination. It has been translated into almost all languages by the United Nations. Let us first understand its main preface and 30 articles and then examine it based on the teachings of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. A chain of three golden principles taught by Guru Nanak Ji to live a blissful life, that is, first Naam Japo, to keep the vices away, and to absorb divine qualities in oneself for developing a perfect inner personality. Always remembering God, meditating on Him, because there is no difference between God and Gurbani. Number two, Kirt Karo, to work for the fulfillment of one's own family and other basic social needs. Third principle is Vandshako, support the needy. Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Whereas recognition of the inherent dignity and the equal and inalienable rights of all members of the human family is the foundation of freedom, justice, and peace in the world, whereas disregard and contempt for human rights have resulted in barbarous acts which have outraged the conscience of mankind and the advent of a world in which human beings shall enjoy freedom of speech and belief and freedom from fear and want has been proclaimed as the highest aspiration of the common people, whereas it is essential if a man is not to be compelled to have recourse as a last resort to rebellion against tyranny and oppression, that human rights should be protected by the rule of law. Whereas it is essential to promote the development of friendly relations between the nations, whereas the people of the United Nations have in the Charter reaffirmed their faith in fundamental human rights, in the dignity and worth of the human person, and in equal rights of the men and women, and have determined to promote social progress and better standards of life in larger freedom, whereas member states have pledged themselves to achieve, in cooperation with the United Nations, the promotion of the universal respect for and observance of human rights and fundamental freedoms, whereas a common understanding of these rights and freedoms is the highest importance for the full realization of this pledge. Now, therefore, the General Assembly proclaims this Universal Declaration of Human Rights as a common standard of achievement for all peoples and all nations, to the end that every individual and every organ of the society, keeping this declaration constantly in mind, shall strive by teaching and education to promote respect for these rights and freedoms, and by progressive measures, national and international, to secure their universal and effective recognition and observance, both among the peoples of the member states themselves and among the peoples of territories under their jurisdiction. Article 1. All human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They are endowed with the reason and conscience and should act towards the one another in a spirit of brotherhood. Article 2. Everyone is entitled to all the rights and freedoms set forth in this declaration without distinction of any kind, such as race, color, sex, language, religion, political or other opinion, national or social origin, property, birth, or other status. Furthermore, no distinction shall be made based on the political, jurisdictional, or international status of the country or territory to which a person belongs, whether it is to be independent, trust, non self governing, or under any other limitation of sovereignty. Article 3. Everyone has the right to live, to life, liberty, and the security of person. Article 4. No one shall be held in slavery or servitude. Slavery and the slave trade shall be prohibited in all their forms. Article 5. No one shall be subjected to torture or to cruel, inhumane, or degrading treatment or punishment. Article 6. Everyone has the right to recognition everywhere as a person before the law. Article 7. All are equal before the law and are entitled without any discrimination to equal protection of the law. All are entitled to equal protection against any discrimination in violation of this declaration and against any incitement to such discrimination. Article 8. Everyone has the right to an effective remedy by the competent national tribunals for acts violating the fundamental rights granted by the Constitution or by law. Article 9. No one shall be subjected to arbitrary arrest, detention, or exile. Article 10. Everyone is entitled in full equality to a fair and public hearing by an independent and impartial tribunal in the determination of his rights and obligations and of any criminal charge against him. Article 11, Part 1. Everyone charged with a penal offense has the right to be presumed innocent until proved guilty according to law in a public trial at which he has had all the guarantees necessary for his defense. Part 2. No one shall be held guilty of any penal offense on account of any act or omission which did not constitute a penal offense under national or international law at the time when it was committed, nor shall a heavier penalty be imposed than the one that was applicable at the time the penal offense was committed. Article 12. No one shall be subjected to arbitrary interference with his privacy, family, home, or correspondence, nor to attack upon his honor and reputation. Everyone has the right to the protection of the law against such interference or attacks. Article 13, Part 1. Everyone has the right to freedom of movement and residence within the borders of each state. Everyone has the right to leave the country, to leave any country, including his own, and to return to his country. Article 14, Part 1. Everyone has the right to seek and to enjoy in other countries asylum from persecution. Part 2 of 14 article. This right may not be invoked in the case of persecutions genuinely arising from non-political crimes or from acts contrary to the purposes and principles of the United Nations. Article 15. Everyone has the right to a nationality. No one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his nationality or denied the right to change his nationality. Article 16, Part 1. Men and women of full age without any limitation due to race, nationality, or religion have the right to marry and to form a family. They are entitled to equal rights as to marriage, during marriage, and at its dissolution. Part 2 of Article 16. Marriage shall be entered into only with the free and full consent of the intending spouses. Part 3. The family is the natural and fundamental group unit of society and is entitled to protection by society and the state. Article 17, Part 1. Everyone has the right to own property alone as well as in association with others. Part 2. No one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his property. Article 18. Everyone has the right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. This right includes freedom to change his religion or belief and the freedom, either alone or in community with others and in public or private, to manifest his religion or belief in teaching, practice, worship, and observance. Article 19. Everyone has the right to freedom of opinion and expression. This right includes freedom to hold opinions without interference and to seek, receive, and impart information and ideas through any media and regardless of frontiers. Article 20, Part 1. Everyone has the right to freedom of peaceful assembly and association. Part 2 of Article 20. No one may be compelled to belong to an association. Article 21, Part 1. Everyone has the right to take part in the government of his country directly or through freely chosen representatives. Part 2. Everyone has the right to equal access to public services in his country. Part 3. The will of the people shall be the basis of the authority of the government. This will shall be expressed in periodic and genuine elections, which shall be by universal and equal suffrage and shall be held by secret vote or by equivalent free voting procedures. Article 22. Everyone, as a member of society, has the right to social security and is entitled to realization through national effort and international cooperation and in accordance with the organization and resources of the each state of the economic, social, and cultural rights indispensable for his dignity and the free development of his personality. Article 23, Part 1. Everyone has the right to work, to free choice of employment, to just and favorable conditions of work, and to protection against unemployment. Everyone, without any discrimination, has the right to equal pay for equal work. Part 3. Everyone who works has the right to just and favorable remuneration, ensuring for himself and his family an existence worthy of human dignity and supplemented, if necessary, by other means of social protection. Part 4. Everyone has the right to form and to join trade unions for the protection of his interest. Article 24. Everyone has the right to rest and leisure, including reasonable limitation of working hours and periodic holidays with pay. Article 25, Part 1. Everyone has the right to a standard of living adequate for the health and well being of himself and his family, including food, clothing, housing, and medical care and necessary social services, and the right to security in the event of unemployment, sickness, disability, widowhood, old age, or other lack of livelihood in circumstances beyond his control. Part 2 of Article 25. Motherhood and childhood are entitled to special care and assistance. All children, whether born in or out of wedlock, shall enjoy the same social protection. Article 26, Part 1. Everyone has the right to education. Education shall be free, at least in the elementary and fundamental stages. Elementary education shall be compulsory. Technical and professional education shall be made generally available, and higher education shall be equally accessible to all on the basis of merit. Part 2 of Article 26. Education shall be directed to the full development of the human personality and to the strengthening of the respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms. It shall promote understanding, tolerance, and friendship among all nations, racial or religious groups, and shall further be activities of the United Nations for the maintenance of peace. Part 3. Parents have a prior right to choose the kind of education that shall be given to their children. Article 27, Part 1. Everyone has the right freely to participate in the cultural life of the community, to enjoy the arts, and to share in scientific advancement and its benefits. Part 2. Everyone has the right to protection of the moral and material interest resulting from any scientific, literary, or artistic production of which he is the author. Article 28. Everyone is entitled to a social and international order in which the rights and freedoms set forth in the Declaration can be fully realized. Article 29, Part 1. Everyone has duties to the community in which alone the free and full development of his personality is possible. Part 2. In the exercise of his rights and freedom, everyone shall be subject only to such limitations as are determined by the law solely for the purpose of securing due recognition and respect for the rights and freedoms of others, and of meeting the just requirements of morality, public order, and the general welfare in a democratic society. Part 3. These rights and freedoms may in no case be exercised contrary to the purposes and principles of the United Nations. Article 30. Nothing in this declaration may be interpreted as implying for any state, group, or person any right to engage in any activity or to perform any act aimed at the destruction of any of the rights and freedoms set forth herein. An examination of the above 30 articles reveals that some 7 articles are related to economics and the remaining 23 articles are related to social subjects which we can record under the principles of Kirtakaru and Vanchoko given by Guru Sahib Ji. All these 30 articles are in accordance with the teachings of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, such as human equality, universal brotherhood. At page 1349 of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, Guru Sahib Ji said, first Allah created the light, then by His creative power He made all mortal beings. From the one light, the entire universe welled up. So, who is good and who is bad? O people, O siblings of the destiny, do not wander deluded by doubt. The creation is in the Creator, and the Creator is in the creation, totally pervading and permeating all places. Pause. The clay is the same, but the fashioner has fashioned it in various ways. There is nothing wrong with the pot of clay. There is nothing wrong with the potter. The one true Lord abides in all. By his making, everything is made. Whosoever realizes the hukam of his command knows the one Lord. He alone is said to be the Lord's slave. The Lord Allah is unseen. He cannot be seen. The Guru has blessed me with this sweet molasses. Says Kabir, my anxiety and fear have been taken away. I see the immaculate Lord pervading everywhere. Greatness about women. At page 473 of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, Guru Sahib said, from woman, man is born. Within woman, man is conceived. To woman, he is engaged and married. Woman becomes his friend. Through woman, the future generations come. When his woman dies, he seeks another woman. To woman, he is bound. So why call her bad? From her, kings are born. From woman, woman is born. Without woman, there would be no one at all. O Nanak, only the true Lord is without a woman. That mouth which praises the Lord continually is blessed and beautiful. O Nanak, those faces shall be radiant in the court of the true Lord. Out of all these 30 articles, the principle of Nam Japo is missing. Through this principle, which a human being is to develop a behavior full of divine qualities, leading to a perfect personality and reconciliation with God. Without the formation of conduct, an imperfection remains, and we cannot live a blissful life. At page 62, Guru Sahib Ji said, truth is higher than everything, but higher still is truthful living. The race is on to conquer the world by amassing maximum wealth and gaining state world power by unethical leaders under the influence of Trishna. The world is sitting on a pile of nuclear, biological weapons. All countries are aligned in groups. It is a need of hour for the followers of Sikhism to analyze the Universal Declaration of Human Rights with due diligence, get it endorsed by Akal Takht Sahib, and send it to the UN for informing the member states about Guru Nanak's Nam Japo doctrine for character building, with a request to launch a chapter on the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and character building in school worldwide. It is essential for the lasting peace in the world and for the human community. Due to the Khalsa Panth's determination to protect human rights and fight against oppression, three Holocaust Kalukaras have already taken place for its genocide. Being a minority, its genocidal conditions persist due to this ideology of human brotherhood, equality, and the good of all. Therefore, this declaration must be ratified by Shri Akal Takht Sahib so that countries, institutions dedicated to the human rights can understand the ideology of the Khalsa Panth, and no one could label this glorious Panth being extremist and separatist. Most of the social perceptions are not divine orders, hukam, but these are man made troubles, such as the notion that, number one, this is a blind man made notion that rich and poor are created by God. It is not so. Number two, couples for marriage are preordained by God. No. Dowry, dowry practice, this is all man made troubles and nothing. Credit and thanks. Special thanks to Dr. Kulbir Singh Thind and his son Jasjit Singh Thind, owners of the website sirigranth.org, and their entire team of translators, assistants for providing Gurbani in digital form for spreading the word of Guru to the entire humanity. Thanks. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.